Mpumalanga Transport MEC Gillion Mashego has expressed concerns about motorists not complying with traffic laws and COVID-19 regulations. At least 73 road deaths have been recorded in the province since the start of the season. Our reporter Tumelo Machogo joins us live. A very good afternoon to you, Tumelo. Tell us where you are and what's happening around you.
Well, in Nzinga, we are at Lebombo Border post. Just behind me, this traffic that I can explain to you with two words is just a big mess. I'm just going to ask Lungile actually just to show you the traffic, because the traffic here, it is so long. Nzinga, it's stretching kilometers and kilometers to come to the border, but it is moving. But the traffic, it's huge. A number of people already have now abandoned their transport. They are actually now walking towards the border post, actually just to be processed to get into Mozambique. A lot of these people are holiday makers. A lot of these people are people, Mozambicans who are living in South Africa, that they are traveling home for Christmas, for Christmas tomorrow. But the traffic here in Nzinga, it is huge. A number of people have been stuck in this traffic for hours and hours trying to get to Mozambique and also trying to get to cross the border. But we're going to speak to Mweti Musi. He is the spokesperson of the community safety here in Mpumalanga. Mweti, just talk to us about the traffic here. This traffic has been around here for hours and hours. What are you guys doing to make sure that these people can get processed as quick as possible so that they can go and spend Christmas with their families right on time?
Thanks, Tumelo. All that you can say is that yes, there is traffic. Our traffic officers working along with the police, they are working very hard to ensure that the motorists, the truck drivers and all other drivers, they are processed as quickly as possible so that they are able to go through. All that we are appealing to the drivers who are coming through to various ports of entries, including this one, they need to ensure that they have their COVID-19 negative health certificate that are not more than 72 hours. They have all other documentation that relates to them, including drivers and passports. They also need to ensure that their passengers also have got the valid passports, because without all of those documents that I've just mentioned, they won't be allowed to go through, and this causes unnecessary delays. But our officials here are working very hard to ensure that there is movement, although not as quickly as we would have loved to, but definitely there is movement. So we are appealing to the people who are here to be very patient with us while we are trying to process as many of them as possible so that they are able to go home in time and join their families for Christmas.
Mweti, compliance is one of the issues that actually been raised by a lot of authorities. We have seen here by standing here, a lot of people that are actually abandoning the taxis and are working towards the border. They don't have their mask on. A lot of taxis that are around here, they are overloaded with goods and they are overloaded with people. What are the traffic officials and the police doing to make sure that they clamp down on these people, especially those who are not obeying the rules of the roads and also those rules of the COVID-19 regulations that has been set out?
Well, as I'm speaking to you today, Tumelo, we have already stopped over 100,000 vehicles in various operations across the province, including here. So we've been monitoring very closely in the compliance in terms of the overloading and all of that. So any vehicles that we come across that are not roadworthy, we have issued over 16,000 notices. Those include defaults with vehicles. Those include those who are not loaded accordingly. So we are once again appealing to the people, now that the regulations are still very much in place and COVID-19 number seems to be growing, we are encouraging them to ensure that they wear their masks at all the time, keep social distance, sanitize. The other thing that you want to encourage the public transport operators to do is that they've been told they need to ensure that all the passengers, they carry with them the mask, they wear masks at all times they're in public places, including the public transport. So we are encouraging them to comply in that regard.
Mweti, just talk to us about, we've seen also when we were driving towards the border also, we've seen a number of at least 2 car accidents that we have seen. How many people so far today how many car crashes have you guys been reported so far, or even since the beginning of this festive season?
Well, by the time the Minister of Transport, Mr. Gillion Mashego, released the midterm festive season statistics, he indicated that in our province we have lost nearly 73 people in various road crashes. Yes, we have recorded road crashes, but what we have noted is that most of these crashes, they have occurred at night. They occur as a result of people losing control of their vehicles. We have got head-on collisions as well that were reported since the beginning of December. So we are encouraging to people, where possible, to drive during the day. We encourage daytime driving because most crashes occur at night. We don't know. Some of the reasons for those accidents could be drunken driving, among others, excessive speeding, among other things, and basically breaking the law, because we don't expect people to be on the road around after 11 at night, because we only expect essential workers and those who've got permits to be on the road at that time. So we just encourage people to comply with the regulations. When that happens, we are going to have lesser and lesser of these crashes.
Moiti, thank you so much for speaking to us. That was Moiti Musi speaking to us from the Department of Community Safety here in Mpumalanga, talking to us about a number of issues that have been seen here as the province, especially here at the border. We have seen that a number of people, actually, the traffic here, it is flowing, but there is still a lot of traffic behind me. There is still a lot of traffic that is stretching up until Komati Port and beyond Komati Port. A lot of trucks, a lot of cars still trying to get to be processed to get to Mozambique. You remember that the border also closed at 10 o'clock. So these people, they are all trying to make sure that they cross the border before 10 o'clock.